Let's push. Oh my god. Oh wow. Holy crap. Oh no. Oh, I've really exceeded the limits there. Welcome back to the channel, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce a new aircraft from the in-house team at Just Flight, and this is their new PA-38 Tomahawk. It feels like it's been a long time since I've showcased a general aviation aircraft from Just Flight, so I'm super excited to sort of find out all of the features of this bird. Now, first of all, we're going to be in 2D mode so I can show you all of the beautiful details, and then we'll jump in the Somnium VR1 afterwards, which will be interesting because that's the first time I'm going to experience that with you guys, and I think that will be great to show you my raw impressions with that. So I just want to say that this is a preview copy and it's not quite final yet, so there might be a few bugs here and there, although I haven't noticed any so far. But just let's have a look at this incredibly detailed model. Now, it's worth noting that this has been eagerly anticipated by the community, and full respect to Just Flight, they kind of almost had this finished about a year ago, but then decided, no, we're not happy anymore, we want to make it even better, completely rework all the textures and goodness knows what else, which I must admit, you know, not many manufacturers would do that. I can imagine, you know, that's a big deal to decide to do something as crazy as that, because it means a lot more money is being spent, a lot more blood, sweat, tears and cups of coffee as well. But you know what, the results speak for themselves. I think this is a absolutely sensational looking aircraft. 8K textures all around, fully based PBR rendering. There's things like, which I really love, basically dirt and grime all over the aircraft. You can see the oil underneath the cowling, the insects that's been splattered all over the front there near the propeller. And notice the 3D elements to this, like the latches, the rivets, they all really stick out and you can almost touch them. And I think that's probably down to the new walk around feature. Yes, that's right folks, this is fully packed and featured like you've never seen before from a Just Flight general aviation aircraft. And I think it borrows the inspiration again from the likes of A2A simulations. You've got some very cool features here, such as wear and tear. Things will break. You have consequences to your actions. And personally, that makes me very happy indeed, because it makes you feel like a real pilot. You need to look after this bird, make it your own. And, you know, I do feel that, especially in VR, that brings a completely different sense of immersion. I mean, look at that fuel cap there. It's just incredible. Look at the rivets. Oh my word, that is aviation porn right there, guys. It really is absolutely stunning stuff. And that canopy there, the way it's shining in the sun, just looks so gorgeous. There's plenty, by the way, of liveries available. I really like this sort of Buzzy Bee livery. She looks cheeky, classic, and just very, very eye-catching, especially in the sunlight here. I think we're going to go for a flight from, in fact, I think we're at, I can't remember where we are, guys, sorry, but we're going to head to Old Warden. This is a Burning Blue Design airfield, by the way. I'll put it on the screen now. And we're going to head to a Burning Blue Design airfield. And I cannot wait to check this out. So let's have a look at the cockpit, because it's every bit as impressive in here as well. I'll just go through some of the feature set of the cockpit here. So the gauges, of course, are all fully 3D with smooth animations. The textures have very nice wear and tear, as you can see. There is a tablet as well, which looks very different. There's some more features on this, such as the walk around feature, which I'm going to showcase in a moment. And of course, you can choose to overhaul the aircraft if you break it, which hopefully I'm not going to, because that's all part of the reward. You know, when you finish a flight, lock her up for the night in a hangar and think, I did that properly, and the oil's still okay, the wear and tear elements are still fine. Very, very cool stuff. But if you want to, you can also click this button here, which basically, I guess you can imagine it's a rental aircraft. And that way, when you get into the cockpit, switches and things could be in different places. You need to make sure you're doing the checklist correctly. And by the way, checklist is very detailed. Fantastic. We're going to go through all that as well. But yeah, I think, as you can see here, I'll just zoom in, because I do feel there's a nice balance here between texture quality and performance. This bird is very, very good on performance, but yet everything looks very high quality with the 8K textures. And as you can see, all of the fuses work. And let me just listen to the sounds. I'm just going to shut up for a moment and press a few buttons so you can hear all the different sounds. Here we go. That's the kind of detail that I love. Notice how even these switches down here have their own sound. Very, very nice indeed. So it's now time to show you the walk around, and this again is something very new and bespoke to the Just Flight General Aviation aircraft, and I'm looking forward to showing this. Look at this. This is absolutely very, very cool. So you can check everything here, even the tire pressures. So let's just remove these chocks here by clicking that. Got a very nice corresponding sound. And this is the tyre pressures. At the moment they're 30 psi, so that's 100% good condition, which is great since we've just bought this. One thing I want to mention actually about that is if you do a couple of hard landings, or say, you know, you haven't checked them for a while, or the condition of the tyre just starts to, you know, deteriorate, then the pressures will also lower. So it's so important. In fact, as a motorcycle rider, I'm constantly checking my tyre pressures, and that's something you should definitely do if you happen to own a Tomahawk as well. So I love how that's a sort of very dynamic thing. And you can see here you can refill the tyre or replace the tyre as well, which is cool. You can hear the different sounds. Very, very nice. Engine check, of course, the... Oh, very nice sounds again. Engine oil should be all in the green. Everything should be fine. Water quantity... You can drain the fuel. Got really high quality sounds there. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but very, very nice. I've noticed as well, by the way, which is a really cool feature, when you click on the next item, you can hear yourself walking to the next area of the aircraft. Right, let me just do that again, and I'll put the sound really high up so you can hear the walking sound. That's brilliant. Here we go. Who thought to add that? Whoever that was, they need a pay rise. I just think that's amazing. So here we go. We'll just check the aileron. And as you can see, you can click on it, which is very, very nice. Love that. Flap check as well. Yeah, we can do that in the probably in the main checklist. Fuel quantity check. Yeah, that's okay for our little flight today, I think. We'll check now the... I can hear the person walking around. That's going to be one of my favourite features. Check here the elevator and rudder. I'm pretty certain all of those sounds will be from the real deal. We'll now check the left aileron. In fact, we'll just click check all. Okay, you can do that as well if you want to be really fast. And just say, you know, you're in a hurry or something. But I wouldn't recommend that with this aircraft simply because... They will be things that will catch you out, without a doubt. And again, this side, I did this one before, but you can see you can check the tyre pressures once again, make sure they're where they should be. Now, this is the kind of thing that really excites me. Say if you go on tour with this aircraft, and all these things are going to change over time. And it just, again, makes you feel like the aircraft is yours, and it's alive and breathing. It's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Really like that. One more thing before we head back into the cockpit. This is a brilliant feature. You can turn the prop. Look at that. And listen to the sound. Hopefully this will work in VR. I will check that and let you know. Well, folks, how cool is that? Fantastic. And these are the kind of things that make you want to keep flying the aircraft, because every flight's going to be different. And it's the kind of bird that you want to take on a long trip. And I'm thinking about doing that on the channel, a bit of a series in the Tomahawk in VR. How about that? Let me know if you'd like to see that on the channel. Right then, so we're now going to go through the checklist. Now, because this is a preview, I'm not going to go through every single thing because there's a lot here. But we'll just presume that some of this is off already, but I'll just go through it now. So control, wheel, release restraints. So I believe they are already gone, so that's good. By the way, there's a paper chart here as well. just like on the 146, which is very cool. I like that. Ignition is in the off position. Master switch is not on at the moment. Let's just switch it on now. And as you can see, the checklist is very, very intuitive. The fuel quality gauge is full. That's all I like to see. Alternator warning light is on. Yep, that's cool. Master switch now in the opposition. I'll tell you what, we will do the whole checklist because that's all part of the fun as well. And as I say, I'll put timestamps in the video if you just want to see, you know, the more sort of, well, not necessarily fun bit, but the VR flying bit, okay? But honestly, guys, this is where it's all at. So primary flight controls, we'll do that later on. Flap operation. Let's just do that now. Although I haven't got my controls. Oh, listen to that sound. Yep, looking good. I'll presume that the other one is okay as well. Back up there, that's great. Static drain. I think, did we do that with a walk around? I'm not quite sure. We'll leave that one for now. Windows check clean. Windows look pretty good to me. Going down here, baggage has been stowed properly. We don't really need anything today. We're just going to be you and me flying today. So, yeah, climb aboard. Parking brake is set to on. Yep. Oh, I love the sounds. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, surface conditions. So, is this part? Yeah, this is part of the walk around, which we have already done. So, that is cool all there. That's fine. No section as well. So we've done all that. That's all good. So I think let's just close the door. Oh, the sounds. Absolutely phenomenal. This is how to do it. Actually, we haven't checked the back yet. Let's just do that now and have a look at the upholstery and just to see those textures. This is what I want to see in VR. Oh, this is going to look so good. Oh, wow, you can do that as well. I didn't know that. So you can actually add the your bags and everything all by just clicking on them. That's fantastic. Oh, look at this. You know, I'm guessing there's going to be quite a few subscribers out there because I do have a lot of real-world pilots that do follow my channel, which sometimes is a bit nerve-wracking thinking that, but and I know many of you have flown in these in real life, so I can't wait for you to get your hands on this. So as I say, like the textures overall are very good. You can see where some of the textures aren't quite so high resolution, but that's okay because I think it's a nice balance of performance and high quality visuals. Like here, it does look a little bit, you know, a little bit more rough there. But, you know, that's me trying to be as picky as possible and trying to find something that I don't like about it because it's quite hard, quite honestly, so far. Anyway, cabin doors are closed. Let me just check I'm still recording. Yes, I am. Because I've had some issues with my microphone today. The joys of being a YouTuber sometimes. Right, overhead latch. I think that's what I just looked at then, yeah. That's, oh wow. It's a lot quieter in the cockpit now. We'll just pretend that our seat belts are fastened. Circuit breakers are in. Parking brake is set. Carb heat is fully off. It is. Fuel selected to desired tank. We'll go for right. So now we're going to go for engine start. And I would imagine that this will be quite different every time depending on the, you know, temperature, the weather, the state of the engine, the state of the oil, all those things. And I think for that, I'm going to go into VR because I need to get into my motion rig, get strapped in, plonk the incredibly high-end Somnium VR1, which is quickly becoming my daily driver, by the way. And I'll talk about that a little bit as we fly around. And we're going to try a stall today, by the way, and a spin because this aircraft has some interesting characteristics, shall we say. For example, it's very easy to spin the aircraft, and also the controls, they're not quite as sensitive, not quite as agile as you'd imagine. So it's going to be interesting to see how this performs. So without further ado, I'll see you in a moment in the Somnium VR1. So we're going to do the starting engine from cold. So this will give me a chance to check, see if everything works in VR. So let's do a bit of primer here. Hope you can hear these amazing sounds. Absolutely wonderful. Right, make sure that's locked in. Throttle half an inch. And by the way, I'm using the mixed reality. I'm not at the moment, but I'm going to use the mixed reality part of this headset. In fact, I can do it now. If I switch this on, I can now see. I can see that camera. I can see you guys. Hello, and I can see all my controls. Look, I can see everything, and it's really clear. Just a push of a button. I can even see Doris, my dog, is down there as well. It looks really good. Unfortunately, you can't see that on the camera though. But anyway, back to the aircraft. Master is on. Electric fuel pump, that's down here. Oh, listen to that. That does sound good. That does sound very, very good. Mixture fully rich. Here we go then, folks. I'm going to shut up and listen to the engine sounds. You know, I don't think you can hear the engine sounds very well because it's so windy. So primer's now in, advanced throttle, oil pressure check, and let's just see where we are here. Let's see if zoom works. Yep, that works great. Oil pressure is coming up. It's currently in the yellow there. Oil temperature, that's all good as well. Ah, nice. Right guys, I think we're ready to go for our first flight in the Just Flight Tomahawk in the Somnium VR1. Out of Earl's Cone. I remembered it now. So we're now going to do the run up. Parking brake is set. Throttle, we're now going to increase that to 1800 RPM. It's quite high actually. Wow, I can feel the vibration through my haptic seat as well. Right, magneto check. In fact, let's do this here. A bit of a drop there. At 170 or so. Back to both. We'll do the right mag. That's actually dropped a bit more. That's interesting. God, it feels so alive, this thing. It really does. Just by those things. It's not everything is exactly the same. You know, a lot of aircraft, the mag drop will be exactly the same both sides. That was different. Vacuum check. And you can just make sure, I'm not sure where the things are. They're highlighted. Works really well. We'll now do the carb heat check. We should see a drop. Yep, there we go. Nice. I absolutely love these old birds. And retard throttle. So master switch is on, flight instruments checked, all good. Fuel is on the proper tank. In fact, we can probably change it now to the left. We'll put the fuel pump on. Should have done that before. Mixture is set. Electric fuel pump is on now, so maybe not. Carb heat is off. Engine gauges are all good. Static source is normal, I believe. Where is that? I'll just presume it is. Seats and latches are all secure. Harnesses, all that good stuff. Flaps, we'll set them now to one stage, and we'll just set our trim as well to neutral. I'm getting very, very excited about this. Check the... Yeah, feeling really good. Just realised something that I've got. Do you know what? I'm doing well here, guys, and I'm actually got the wrong flight control. I've got my joystick. So, for the interest of realism, I'm going to change that right now because I want to do things properly. Right, folks, sorry about that. Okay, we're getting there. Hopefully, you're still with me. So, now we're going to do our control wipeout properly. I don't know why, but I just presumed that this aircraft was a centre stick. It just looks like the kind of aircraft that would be. So, never mind. And if you noticed, I changed it really fast. I may have shown that on the camera or not, but that's thanks to a company called QR for rigs which basically offer quick mounting plates, so I can just literally slide this off and then change to a joystick and vice versa, all within a matter of seconds really. Very cool. And I like with the VR1 that I'm now looking at the desktop, making sure we're still recording. It's little things like that that make such a difference. I don't need to ever take this headset off, ever again. Right, anyway, the exciting part has finally arrived. We're going to do our first takeoff here. And it's a very windy day. Right then, so flaps are set, trim is set, accelerate to 53 knots, and then back pressure to rotate to climb attitude. Here we go, guys. And I am really fighting the wind here. It's an incredibly gusty day. Oh my word. Listen to the squeaks and rattles. Look at that windsock. Oh, I'm not sure I'm supposed to have gone on the concrete there, but never mind, we're airborne. Oh wow. Oh wow, yeah, she's very lively. Holding this attitude here, get some trim in there, and flaps up. Oh, she sounds nice. Wind is very strong. Just seeing if it's spatial sounds. Yes, there is. Not very strong spatial sounds, but they are there. Sounds very, very nice. Very nice indeed. And looking just absolutely gorgeous in the Somnium VR1. There's one thing that really hits you with this headset. I've said it a few times now. You really feel like this is a bright summer's day. It's the brightest, most naturally sort of looking headset I've ever used. Goodness me, I have really picked the wrong day to be doing this preview. This has completely gone far beyond what Just Flight have achieved before with their previous GA aircraft. That is the Piper series, which I absolutely adore. In fact, I often fly the, not the Cherokee, the Warrior, which I've flown in real life a few times, not on my own, with my pilot buddy. But this is, feels like a massive difference in realism, features. I'm thinking, with this wind, I'm a bit worried about having a bad landing, you know. I'm going to have to have a very hefty bill. Right, bit of side slipping here. There we go. Oh my goodness me, this is going to be tricky. Concentration. Oh my word. Come on. Come on. Oh, we got it down. That was unreal. Whew. I may change the weather if it's going to be too hairy, but we're doing okay so far. You can see how the motion rig is behaving as well. Flaps up. I really like this livery. She looks gorgeous in this livery. Just those textures, you can really see them in the VR1. I can see individual rivets, all the fasteners, the gear linkages, that beautiful wing, the PBR work. You can even see the sort of panels. It just looks so good. Really, really nice. And that canopy is very smooth as well, with no like angular edges. It's very well rendered. I'm so pleased they did go back to the drawing board, because, you know, you have to wait for these sorts of aircraft. They don't just come every day. It's not sort of a common thing to have an aircraft of this quality be released. There's a reason why these things take time. Like, you've got the usual things like the chocks, the tie downs, the tow bar, and just things like you can interact with things. And I really love how just the overall feeling of the flight model, because I can't really comment, I've never really flown a Tomahawk, but it certainly feels like what you'd expect from this aircraft. But I can't really comment if this is really realistic, but knowing Just Flight, I'm sure they've got the numbers bang on. Look at that, we've got a heavy shower over there. She just looks really right over the English countryside, don't you think? So what I'm going to do now, guys, I've actually changed my mind. We're going to go to Andrews Field, but I'm just looking for a break in the cloud, because we're going to do the scary thing now. I'm going to climb up above this cloud layer here, and we're going to try a stall and possibly even a spin. This aircraft is quite notorious for catching some people out when it comes to the spin. So I think we'll do that. We'll just climb up now, since we do have a really good opportunity here at breaking the cloud. Right, I think it's now time to change tanks, since we are a little bit low on the left hand side. We need to stay balanced. So what we'll do is put the fuel pump on, change to the right tank, check the fuel pressure, everything's all in the green, and then take the fuel pump off. We'll leave the landing light on for now, I think. And yeah, we'll keep climbing. She actually climbs really well, 500 feet per minute, no problems at all. At about 90 knots. In fact, we can up that a bit more. Let's see what she can climb at around 80 knots. Let's have a look here. Trying to hold 80 knots in this wind's a bit tricky. Getting around 500-600 feet per minute, probably a bit more. Let me know, guys, any real world pilots out there, whether that's about right or not. Let's also get a bit of heat in the cabin. No doubt that's all modelled, and you can hear that. I think the only thing I would like to see, guys, at some point, if you're listening Just Flight, is headphone simulation. I think that's something many manufacturers developers are putting into their aircraft now, and it really does give you a sense of immersion, because you know, in a real aircraft you would have a pair of headphones on to sort of muffle the noise a little bit. That's one thing I would like to see. Literally, that is the only thing I can think of. But yeah, she feels very nice in here. In terms of the VR experience, everything is present and correct. The zoom spots, everything works like the checklist. Feels about right in terms of what I'd imagine one would feel like in terms of size. I feel very lucky to be flying in the Somnium VR1. It looks absolutely sensational in this headset. It really does. The field of view, the mixed reality capabilities means I can see all my controls, no problems at all. I can look at my desktop, but I'll do that again right now to make sure the recording's still okay. I'll do my best, guys, with the recording, since this is a new VR headset. I've got to sort of iron out the kinks. Hopefully it will look okay on the image. It won't look anything close to what I'm seeing in the headset. So I've just switched the mixed reality on, because I'm going to put the motion compensation on.
Motion compensation activated.
And I'm just going to check my phone just to show you that I can read my phone with this headset. No problems at all. That's so amazing, isn't it? But I'm pleased I noticed my phone was on there, because in a minute this might get a bit hairy. So let's try this. We've got a nice amount of altitude, over 4,500 feet, and that will be 5,000 at the moment. Let's see what happens here, guys. And let's see if motion compensation works as well. Looks like it is at the moment. Oh god, I'm actually really nervous about this. The buffet. Feel the buffet. You can see it here. You can see the left wing is wanting to drop. Let's push. Oh my god. Oh wow. Holy crap. Oh no! Oh, I've really exceeded the limits there. Yeah, that snapped very violently. Whew. That made me jump. That really truly made me jump there. That was quite an experience. And actually motion compensation worked in the headset. Holy crap, that was violent. Really violent. Let's try that again, but I'm just going to try and do a stall this time. Okay, that's just a stall. And then recover. Oh, yeah, motion compensation is working a treat with the VR1. Especially as I'm being thrown around here. That was crazy, guys. That was absolutely insane. Should we do another one? Should we do another one? Oh, I've just noticed it's, I think I've got, yeah, I have. I didn't realise. I've got the auto fuel selector switched on. I don't want that on. I want to do it myself, thank you very much. Put the fuel pump on, actually, just in case as well. Let's see how we get on then. See if I can do a better job this time, because that really caught me out, I did. Pushing back. Oh! Wow! The way she snaps there. That is. Let me know, guys, again, any real-world Tomahawk pilots, but I'd imagine that is very, very close to the real thing. I'm not sure I dare go into a full spin, guys. I'm sorry, I'm going to wimp out for this particular video. But that... fantastic. That's the kind of thing. That's the sort of stuff that we want to see, isn't it, in general aviation? That level of detail. Right, well, I can already see Andrews Field down there, pointing like an idiot because I'm so immersed, but I can see it really clearly down there. We'll start descending and we'll come in for a landing, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Whew. Just keeping an eye on that shower there, making sure it doesn't cause any issues. This is what I love about MSFS. For me, as cheesy as it sounds, this is an absolute dream come true to have aircraft of this fidelity with this dynamic weather, with this terrain, and now we've got motion rig availability at a reasonable cost. You know, I mean, it's obviously still expensive, but it's a decent sort of level of cost. It's, you know, you get something like an H2 for about the same as a GPU upgrade, and now we've got headsets like the Somnium VR1 for the super high end. I do wonder, you know, obviously getting your PPL is the ultimate experience, but the fact that I can experience this aircraft like, you know, a general aviation aircraft, or I can jump in the 146 airliner, or I can go into, say, a Tomcat, or you know, any fighter aircraft I want, have all sorts of experiences and have this level of realism. It really is amazing. All that from the comfort of my own home. Right, we're still nicely descending here. I'm just admiring this bird. She's such a beauty. An instant purchase, without a doubt. A no-brainer. I love it when I can review things and they're just this good. They're just enjoyable to review. Right then, so looking at the winds at the moment, we've got a headwind of 12 knots at the moment and left crosswind component of 21 knots. Do love that feature of this. And of course, being a Just Flight IFB, you've got all of the other features like the map. You can integrate SimBrief flight plans, you can make notes, all kinds of things. One of the best IFBs in the business, without a doubt. So we're using very high settings today, especially because, you know, GA aircraft, generally speaking, perform much better than airliners. I will say though, I wonder if those high textures might be an issue for lower end GPUs. I'm not sure. Can't really comment on that one, guys. Look at this view here. Absolutely friggin' amazing. I just love it so much. How did this hobby get this good so quickly? Oh, I just love it. I absolutely love it. So look at this paper chart here as well. Normal procedures, we've got, yeah, this is the same as the 146 engine performance, so you've got like very useful charts and references. God, look at that, probably taken from the actual manuals, no doubt. Very nice. Right, let's just set up now for runway 27, Andrews Field. Bring in some flaps now from the outside. I like how they're mechanical, so they're instant. I don't really like electric flaps because they're quite slow. I imagine that's probably a similar sort of opinion in the real world. They're just no messing, they're like barn doors. You click the button and it's instant. I like the wind sounds from behind the aircraft. Has this been worth the wait? Oh hell yeah. And thank you again Just Flight for allowing me to preview this before the release, which is very, very soon, guys. Not sure if I'm allowed to say, so I'll keep that quiet, but it's really soon. And it's basically finished. So, yeah, it's not long now, guys. Notice once you sort of get below about 1,500 feet, you really feel that surface wind. Look at this. This is going to be another lively landing. So at this point, you'll be pleased to know I'm going to shut up, concentrate on getting us down safely. Because it's great. Look at this crab here. That's ridiculous. Looking out the side windows now. Oh, tell you what, I'm happy with that. That was an insane crosswind landing. That was literally, we was completely going all the way in, sideways there. God, my heart's pounding a bit there. Very exhilarating. Sod DCS. You know, you wouldn't believe the exhilaration you can feel in a motion rig in an aircraft like this on a windy day. It really is amazing. So folks, I hope you enjoyed that. This has been a preview of the soon to be released Just Flight P-38 Tomahawk, and a massive congratulations to the team. As always, they do a tremendous job. Thank God we have them in the flight sim community, because what they do for both general aviation and airliners is absolutely incredible. They are one of the top developers out there, and I'm not just saying that, I really mean it. They're really knocking it out of the park at the moment, and this is no exception. Still having to hold a bit of rudder here for that windsock. And of course we've been in the Somnium VR1 as well. I've got a lot more to say about this headset, both good and bad, because she's not perfect. There's no headset out there that is. But having said that, this is my daily driver. Hang on a minute, what's this guy doing here? Go home! No one's going to give you a free ride. Just bugger off, go on. Do you know, he's always there causing problems. Look at him in his stupid Power Ranger outfit. Clearly having a midlife crisis there. In case you're wondering, guys, that is actually me in the scenery. So thank you to Burning Blue Design for that. Look at this, Andrews Field. This seems like the perfect place to end this little preview. So thank you again for watching, much appreciated. Please feel free to subscribe. And really, this aircraft, I give it my full recommendation. See you soon. Bye for now.